Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Are Trailer Park Homes About to Skyrocket in Price? Are trailer park homes about to dramatically increase in price? We're hearing some really interesting rumors and we'll tell you about it in a few minutes. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, follow, like, and comment on the show, as well as tell you that Hollywood is calling sponsors this show. It's a great company which allows you to purchase live phone calls with more than 100 celebrities. The calls are $19.95 and $29.95. And most people love getting calls from a real celebrity. So give them a try. It's hollywoodiscalling.com. Now let's get started. As everyone knows, the government is printing tons of money and pumping it into the economy to help people and companies. For the record, I want to say that I believe that the economy will come roaring back soon. But what if it doesn't? We've got a very interesting theory that we hope proves to be incorrect, but we're going to share it with you nonetheless, just because it is so compelling. This is the prolonged crash theory. It's no secret that there are many companies that were just barely hanging on before COVID-19. Companies that were struggling with so much debt that there were a lot of questions about their ability to maintain continued solvency. It's also common knowledge that the real estate market bubble was already starting to pop in a lot of major markets. Cities like New York, Miami, Los Angeles were already seeing prices of homes collapse, and number of days on the market for a lot of homes increased from 6 months to 2 and even 3 years for some homes. So here's the question. What if many of the millions of people who lost their jobs recently because of the virus are not able to return to work or don't have a job waiting for them after the government restarts the economy? What if they aren't able to continue paying their rent or their mortgages despite the 60-day forbearances and deferrals that they received? What if all those restaurants, when they reopen, what if they only get a small fraction of the customers in the business that they used to get before the virus, because people are simply too scared to spend what little money they have left? What if there is a resurgence of another virus attack in the fall? And what if that causes another spending and another shutdown of the economy? Here's another really scary scenario. What if the government continues to print and give away so much money over the next year or two that it devalues the currency dramatically? That means that instead of spending $5 for a loaf of bread, it now costs $10 or $15 to buy some bread. What does all that mean? Well, here's a theory that's both interesting and terrifying. What if all those renters who can no longer afford to pay between $1,000 and $2,000 a month for rent or perhaps even a mortgage decide to purchase a mobile home, because that is one of their few remaining options? Currently, you can buy a used mobile home for between $5,000 and $10,000. You can also buy a new mobile home for anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000, depending on the size and location. Once you buy that mobile home, if you have some land, you can put it on there. If you can't, then you can always rent a lot of land at a trailer park for $300 to $600 a month. Though admittedly, $300 is becoming more difficult to find. But here's the question. If you have 20 million people, 20 million former renters who can no longer afford to rent, looking for a place to live, and let's assume that 10 million of them decide to go live with family and friends, that still leaves another 10 million renters in the marketplace who need a roof over their heads. If all those people start buying mobile homes, then what do you think all that pent-up demand will do to the price of mobile homes, of the mobile homes available in the marketplace? It's going to skyrocket their prices. Once again, let me preface this by saying that I believe that when the president restarts the economy, that it will jumpstart and skyrocket to record-breaking levels. But what if that doesn't happen? What if people have completely depleted their savings because of the virus attack, and when the economy is restarted, they really don't have any discretionary income to spend on anything other than food and gas? If that is the case, then it's quite possible that the price of trailer park homes could easily be driven up by 2x, 3x, even 10x, 10 times their current prices. If that happens, then a certain percentage of these people might still be able to purchase a mobile home, but a much larger percentage of them will not. So what is their option? Well, all those $500 homes in the ghettos of Detroit and Philadelphia and a lot of other cities. Well, people will start buying those homes. At first, they'll pay $1,000 or $2,000 for a home with no plumbing, no electrical, no roof, no windows. But then the tremendous demand for that property will begin to drive up those prices, so that eventually $500 homes, what were homes once selling for $500, those homes will start selling for $5, $10, or $20,000, and it'll be either that or it'll be living in your car. A lot of these homes don't even have a roof over their heads. So what happens? Well, at that point, enterprising young people will decide that, they'll take what's left of their savings and they'll renovate these homes. They'll go in on a Tuesday and they will spend money to put in new windows and put a new furnace that day. And then at the end of the day, they'll send the work crews home. So what happens in a situation like that? I've seen this time and time again. What usually happens is, in that part of town, the work crew goes home at 5 or 6 p.m. and then the neighbors come over at 6 or 7 and they steal that new furnace you just put in. They steal those new windows you just put in. They just ransack everything. That's what usually happens. So here's another scenario. What if the government keeps pumping trillions of dollars into the economy and does this over the next year or two, and that does not turn things around? What happens at that point? Well, at that point, you will cause the dollar to lose so much value that a $15 loaf of bread will seem very inexpensive as the price continues to skyrocket. Printing trillions of dollars doesn't work, then historically there has only been one option of last resort to restore an economy. Governments have done this for centuries, and this will be their only way out. Mind you, I do not believe this will happen, but this is the final option, and it is a terrifying one. That option involves declaring war against somebody. But who do you declare war against? Will it be one of the other superpowers? Would it be against one of the drug cartels? Would the government have to declare war against the deep state? Would it have to declare war against a fake and fraudulent and mysterious hidden enemy like they did when they fought the virus? Nobody knows. Let's hope it never comes to that. Fortunately, I don't think it will. So with that in mind, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.